Hello, Jane.
Hello.
What am I going to talk about today?
I've no idea.
Okay. Well, I've got an idea. Look, I've got my continuity yellow T-shirt on. And today I want to talk about, well, first of all, my YouTube channel. I've got 79 subscribers. And it's
Wow.
really, I know, it's really great because I can't really talk to you about HiFi, can I?
No.
No. Okay. So, and this is my way of expressing my interest in it.
I'm forced.
Yes. So I've talked about my lovely amplifier, my fantastic, very nice amplifier, but it has got something lacking. But I'm going to come back to that. But it's not. It's something lacking by design, which I'm well aware of. But I'm going to rectify that. And also, I'm very happy with my speakers, as I spoke to you about last time. My Buchardt speakers.
Mm-hmm.
They do look good, don't they?
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Shame about the legs, though.
Don't go on about the legs. The legs are great. But see, there's so much music, as you can see. I've got all my records, I've got all the CDs that I found in the garage in boxes, because these were ones that I couldn't play, and I don't know, they were just in boxes. But there's just such good stuff there, and cassettes, because I was given a load of cassettes by Jamie and Catherine, and they asked me to chuck them away, and I just couldn't. And so, to add to my hi-fi journey, I've bought a cassette deck, a Denon cassette deck from eBay. I think it was £80. And look, you turn it on there. This is really cool. And you open it. That one. There we are. Look at that. And I found a tape that belonged to Jamie and Catherine, and I just took it out randomly, put it in, and look, it goes in like this, and it's just great, isn't it?
Wow.
But also a CD player, which I also got from eBay, and this was £60, a Grundig. And I used to work for Grundig, and I know that it's a really good one, and it does sound amazing, and I'm very happy with it. So I've added these two things to my collection of.
So are you complete now?
No, not quite, but I'm getting there.
That's why you've got all these magazines.
Well,
here,
there's something
with
I was
other
going to.
things you can buy.
No, these are given to me by Jeff. He's the only other person in the village that I can talk to about hi-fi. No, there's one other person.
The only sadder in the village.
There is three people in the village that I can talk to about hi-fi. I can't really talk to you about hi-fi, can I?
No.
But Jeff gives me his magazines, and I've discovered something, that I'm not as excited about reading them as I used to be, because I've completed my journey with the amplifier and the speakers, and I think the record player.
Neil,
What?
you'll never complete your journey.
I think I'm getting there. And I wanted to show this. This was sent to me by somebody, and it's a replica, not a replica, it's a photocopy of an old, I think it was Exchange and Mart, and I remember getting this when I was 12 or 13, when I started my journey of hi-fi. And there's an advert for it, for the actual record deck that I bought, which was a BSR MacDonald MP60 with an Audio-Technica cartridge. And I wanted to get the Garrard SP25 Mark III, but I couldn't afford it. So I bought the BSR MacDonald, which was in a kit form, and it was the first time. Oh, all right. It was the first time I ever went on a train on my own, and I went from North London to South London on my own to buy the kit form of the record deck, because that's what I wanted. But I noticed also on this advert, because the BSR was £19, but it's got the Thorens TD125, which my dad ended up getting, and the price of it was £91.15. He had a TD125, and that's the one that I sold to Colin last year or 2 years ago for £500. and it is a really great record deck. Anyway, that's enough about that. There is something coming today to, I think, complete my hi-fi journey.
What might that be?
Well, this is part of it. It came yesterday. So this is an unboxing, or unbagging. And this is live, everybody, live. A cable.
Oh,
And that's, I think, another cable. But I won't, it's not very interesting doing that, is it?
no.
Okay, so I'll just explain what it is. The thing that's lacking on the Billy Mark III amplifier, which I did know about, it doesn't have a tone control. When I've got the cassette deck going through the Weem amp, the Weem streamer, which is used as a preamp, the cassette deck, I can adjust the bass and treble. It's got an equalizer on it, so you can adjust the bass and treble. So I've got the cassette deck going through this, but I've also got an iPod, and I haven't got enough inputs to get the iPod and the cassette deck going through the Weem. So one of these things is a switch, so I can switch the input. The thing that's coming tonight is an equalizer that's going to go on there, on the amp, so that the record deck, because with records, come over here, I've got all the records over there, but I've also, this is my sort of like, my top records that I like to play at the moment. So I've got a now playing, so let's say Marvin Gaye would go in there, and Love could be next up there. But all the records that I've got, they're all recorded slightly differently. So some, they need a bit more boost in the treble, some a bit more boost in the bass. It tends to be the analog records that were recorded in analog. They're my favourites because they don't really need adjusting. But I don't know, there's something about later ones that they need some adjustment. So the thing that I'm getting today, and that's why I've got these packages, they're the cables to go in and out of the equalizer. So the next video that I do is going to be about that, if anybody's interested. And I think that's going to... Are you telling me to wind up because I'm coming to the end of... Okay, right, good point. Well, I just want to say, actually, I didn't really expect anybody to be watching me on YouTube talking about hi-fi. Some people have said, why is it called Muddy Water Book Club? It's because of my book, my first novel that I wrote called Muddy Water. And I was going to do a YouTube video about writing books, but I've discovered I prefer talking about hi-fi. So that's why it's called the Muddy Water Book Club. I started it as that, and it's sort of developing into something else. And I'd like to say thank you to anybody. In fact, it's really nice. There's been people that have put comments on the YouTube, and there are other people that are interested in hi-fi, like me. I'm not that unusual, really. I'm not, you know. It's just interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I'd like to say thank you to all the people that have watched me so far, and I'm going to carry on doing this for as long as people want to comment and watch and, you know, be part of this journey. The journey that started with my BSR McDonald and a Teleton amplifier. I forgot to mention, it was a Teleton amplifier that I got for £19 when I was 13 years old, and I'm 66 now. So it started with that, and it's ended with those speakers, with that amplifier. That's going to be staying, the cassette deck. That's going to be staying, the CD player. Not sure about the record deck. The Weem amp, really happy with that. It's so good and so easy to use. Maybe, I don't know, cables. Maybe this cable could be better. I don't know. Anyway, that's it now. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you, Jane, for recording this for me. And after 5, we can stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.